Hello. You listen to another episode of Let's Talk Sports with Tim McKain, and I am here with Anthony Jackson. He is 5-1 in mixed martial arts, 9-1 in kickboxing, 5-2 in boxing. This brother, he stays busy. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, fam. Doing good, King.
Yes,
How
sir.
you doing?
I'm well, brother. I'm well, man. So, Anthony, when did you first fall in love with the fight game? Boxing, MMA, kickboxing. When did you first fall in love with it?
It was probably when I was 13, around 12, going on 13 years old, when I was in San Bernardino, California, and I went to this Taekwondo gym, and I loved it, man. I was there. I just only made it to yellow belt. My mom couldn't afford the rest of it. It was too expensive. But that's when I started really getting into the hand-to-hand on combat of learning more. I wanted to go more. And then UFC came along, and I was like, oh, okay, I want to get into that. So I started trying to get into that. Then I realized it was more, what I'm saying, what I need to learn. The ground game, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing. So when I got into mixed martial arts, I was just a Taekwondo kicker. I didn't have punching, no ground game, nothing. So that's when I was in the zone, just going MMA, and then I had my first loss. I was like, okay, I have to evaluate myself and take it to a new level. So I walked away from MMA for a little bit. And that's when I started doing Muay Thai, kickboxing, and I was there for a while. And then I wanted to learn more about boxing, so I went back home to California for a whole year, and I was training with some great professionals. Bulldog, my boy Stickman. And then I went to all the famous boxing gyms, Garcia Gym, what's called it, Black Cards Gym. There's some more gyms up there too in San Bernardino and stuff. I was just going everywhere. And I started meeting professional boxers too, like Rashidi Ellis, Rayvon Ellis, Eric. They're all fighting too this weekend. And I was like, dang. And that's when I just started focus on boxing. So it's really like I took my time over the years to perfect my craft and not rush it. Because if you rush something, you might not want the income. You know what I'm saying? The outcome of what's going to happen.
And what was that process like? Like you learning so you're a Taekwondo artist in the beginning, and
Mm-hmm.
you took your first loss. It humbled you. What was that experience like, and what led you to the drawing board? Because some people could say, well, I don't want to learn. They always say you can't teach old dogs new tricks. But
Right.
like, what led you to be like, okay, I want to get better at this and learn other forms of martial arts?
Right when I took my first loss, I was really thinking, like, if I wanted to evolve in the sport, and everybody said you got the talent and skill, just got to work. And I was like, okay, let me see what it is more. I looked more deeper into the mixed martial arts. Then I had my big bro, Todd Monroe, they call him Matrix. He told me about this, what you need to do, this what you have to do. You got to be serious. You got to take. So that's when I walked away and started investing and looking at Muay Thai, looking up the Dutch kickboxing, learn how to put my hands in, like, you know what I'm saying, throw my hands and feet together to set up combinations and stuff. So I was like, okay. So I went to 8 Points Muay Thai, Octagon MMA. And also when I was in California, I went to different MMA gyms too. The Wolf, that is Bellator, Whoop Ass Willie, that's his name. Pretty Emirates. Like I was just like I had to get that experience all over to learn. You know what I'm saying? I was like downloading everything. Like I forgot about I was doing Taekwondo. I had to really download and learn everything. Like start from scratch, the footwork, the basics. I had to like do that for months before I got advanced into the other stuff. Just like right now, I'm starting to work on my jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and I'm starting from the ground up with that, like learning how to do my shots, learning how to sprawl better, learning, like that's when I learned. I was like, okay, it takes a lot to just be in this mixed martial arts game. It's not like boxing, kickboxing, where you focus on one aspect, but
Yeah.
even though it's hard, but MMA, you got so much. It's like, man, it's really hard to really perfect anything. Because if I work on my ground game, my striking might go down. If I worked on my striking, not my ground game, my striking goes up, but my ground game goes, really down. So it's like a win-win, lose-lose type of situation. But I
Wow.
was, yeah.
got you. I got you. And so you went to different gyms all over the place. What
Mhm.
were some of the relationships that you built, and how have they helped you in your career and also relationships and building friendships, etc.?
Oh, I had they all had to beat me up first. They wanted to see my heart. They wanted to see my heart and how serious I was. And then after I did that, then that's when they start bringing me in as family. Start teaching me the basics of what I need to do and to help to grow and support me while I move forward. And just seeing other greats too. When I was at the gym, like Anderson Silva, Loto, Loma Chima over there in Black House, MMA up in LA, and God, it was just like just listening to them and they bring me in, beating me up, and just learning from them. It was just amazing, man. And I'm glad they just took me in and wanted to help, like the Wolf, man, and Whoop Ass Willie and Pretty Amherst with their coaches and stuff. They had a really, a really dog me, turn me into a beast I am today. Be able to reflect on my skill level and be confident in my skills. So what I'm going to do in the future up in
Yes.
the sport.
Yes, sir. So, what were some of the greatest battles that you ever faced in mixed martial arts, kickboxing, or boxing? Like, who was somebody that you fought with, and you're like, okay, I got to go second gear with them. I can't just you know what? It can't sugarcoat it. No, this guy, he's pushing me to my limit. I got to go all out.
I'll say my first loss in MMA. His name is Desmond. Um, he had a good record and everything, and we fought, and I was giving him everything. He was taking every kick, every blow to the head, everything, and his face was swollen, but he would refuse to lose. So that's why I was like, okay, there's more to it than just he kept coming forward, and that made me realize, okay, and he was more well-rounded than me, so it took me down, and I was like trying to scramble, panicking and stuff, but I couldn't really push, and that's when I had to push differently to another level. So after I did that, I was like, okay. And now for kickboxing, that was the first time I ran into a Dutch fighter where I was trying to be more like a taekwondo, stand back and kick and move around, lose my hands a little bit. They kept coming forward and they just hit me, crack, crack, chop my leg, crack, crack, chop my leg, crack, crack, chop my leg. And I
Mm.
was like, so that was I experienced that. And then for boxing is it was a point thing. It was IKF point thing. And then I went to South Carolina and I took my boy Sanchez, and this was a good one. I think he was number one in Atlanta, really good amateur pro, everything, and he pushed me to the like we was. It was like one of those feelings, like it was like okay, a dog versus dog, like Mayweather gym, us dog house, and we was just going back and forth. And then I knew we was like at that point when we started losing technique when we was that tired. So
Wow.
yeah, those are my biggest wars, and I seen what's out there too, especially people overseas and stuff. So I was like, okay, now I experienced it, I know what's out there, so I know what to prepare for mentally and physically.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes, sir. So, how does you're a father? How does
mm,
fatherhood play into mixed martial arts for you? You got two kids, correct? You have a son and a daughter. How has being a father impacted you in life and in as a fighter?
the my son really pushes me more than anything. He likes when I go train. Um, I take him to the gym. He likes to work. He likes the environment. He likes to be around other fighters, and like I take him running with me too sometimes. Princess, she don't really mess with it. I took her to the gram. She started panicking, screaming. I was like, they look scary to you, like so I had to retreat her out. So, but my son, he loves it. He pushes me. He always like we watch fights. We might watch some fights tonight and the weekend for Halloween and stuff. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing for that man. It just pushes me more, and to be like a hero in his eyes and a father, like it's just cool. And I also want to be that father when he says, "Oh, what my dad does is like bring your parent what he does to school day." I want to be that cool parent that comes in
Yeah,
with my father stuff, yeah, and he's proud, So it's just it's just beautiful. I love
it really is, bro. So, my next question to you is: when it comes to the fight game, right?
it.
would you ever want your children to potentially be in it after you? Would you want your son to be in the fight game? Because he sees you in the gym, he wants to be like dad growing up. Would you
Mm.
want him to be a fighter?
Um, I probably, it depends on him. I'm not gonna throw it on him, but I do want my children to learn how to defend themselves. I'd rather have that than force them to do something that they don't want to do. If they want to fight, I got him. I mean, my son, he likes the martial arts, but he likes boxing more. Like
Mm,
I know people that I like more, I could help him and steer him that route with his uncles and stuff. They could box with them, and he could go that route. If you want to kickbox MMA, I got him all day. But if he wants to box and learn and stuff like that, and he's more into boxing than MMA, that's fine. I can just help him with that. But if he wants to be a doctor or principal, want to be a lawyer or something, anything like that, I'll support him still. Like it won't bother me.
yes, sir. So on your Instagram, you have several motivational quotes, man. I mean, I know you use that as like daily affirmation to inspire yourself and get better. What are some of your favorite motivational quotes that you use to uplift yourself to train harder and etc.?
My favorite one is we all have this. What we say? We all have the same vision, but we're all different. Like we all have the same sight, but different vision. Like
Okay.
we all walk a certain path, but we all have like we all have legs, but we all walk in different paths.
Okay.
But everybody has different. Everybody has different ways they want to do stuff in life. So everybody's going to go different directions. You might have some people with you, and then you're going to have some people that goes different ways with you. That's not going to be able to push you like you want them to, because they got their other life they want to do. And then about following dreams and stuff. I'm with that. I'm really down with people trying to do better for themselves, trying to push themselves to do better. No matter, it doesn't have to be about fighting. It can be about anything in life. I feel like we're all fighters, because you don't have to be a fighter to be in a ring. You can fight in life. You can fight in certain situations that you have going on home, your job. You're pushing through your job even though you don't like it, but you
Mhm.
still fight, stay there and push every day. So if you want to take different steps, be able to grow, or anything you want to do, just like you want to climb like the highest mountain, what you got to do, you got to take the first step. You got to walk, or you got to climb, you got to move.
Mm,
So anything you want to do in life, man, you got to take that first step. You got to believe in your dreams. You got to walk the path, even though your vision's different than everybody else. You got to stay in your vision. You got to find your light, because when everything's done, I'm fighting, and then if my name blows up big and everybody's around and stuff like that, but eventually it's gonna go away and it's gonna go dark. Because when it's dark, everybody leaves you, including your shadow. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
mhm.
dark. So you want to be there. You want to have people around you that is gonna be rolling the streams with you. Like I can trust my people behind me. I'm looking forward, and we're rolling, and we going forward, rolling down the curves. We're finding curves instead of me looking forward. They're just distracting, putting holes in the boat, so we all sink. I want my team to be strong. We're all pedaling together. We're getting through. I like to have a strong circle, not a square. So I feel like that's why I put motivational quotes for people to
Wow.
push relationships, everything.
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, I put that with my son, my brothers, kings, queens, anybody. That's more important to me.
Yes.
Also, so even when we're running, I say motivational quote. So I listen to Eric Thompson and other great people that's inspiring and stuff. So I just want to, yeah, inspire others as well.
As bad as you want to breathe. That's what he says it. Yeah, Eric.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
you already answered this question in a way, but I want to ask you this question anyway. What are your personal keys to success? If somebody was like, okay, they see you in kickboxing, they see you in boxing, they see you in mixed martial arts. Someone
Mm.
wants to be where you're at. What are your personal keys to success?
It's you don't rush your process. Just because I'm at somewhere where I'm at doesn't mean you have to jump my hoops. These are my hoops that God laid for me to jump through and to get to where I'm at. You have to jump through your hoops to get to where you're at, but do not give up. We all took a beating. We all got hurt. We all been through battles. You know what I'm saying? But I refuse to lose the war. So anything that I go through in life, I just jump my hoops. And I'm telling them, no matter what, if you're serious about it, and if it's hard, that means God is putting you in front of that situation to work forward to see how hard you want it. So I feel like you got to push through that. You know, I'll give you the tips and direction to do for yourself, but you have to push yourself to be into the better situation for you to get there for your dreams, you know? So like, one of my fights I had, it was on a fight night and stuff. And there was like he wasn't a skill level as me, but you know, instead of like people wanting me to knock him out and go crazy stuff, because it was like, you know, one of those fights, and I was like, nah, I just sparred him. And then in the back, I talked to him. You know, he was a fan of the style bender and stuff. And I had style bender shin guards. So I was talking to him, telling him what to do. I work with him, train, talk to his coach. And I gave him the shin guards because it's not a lot of times you see brothers in kickboxing, MMA like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was young. He was 17. For him to do what he wants to do, careful, son, what he wants to do into that world. And I want him to stay focused and not be doing other things that's going to distract him. So I gave him that. So he always would treasure those moments, even with the shin guards that he got from his hero on the TV, that he will stay focused and he'd be happy and keep training and get to where he wants to go.
Sure, yes, sir. So where can people find you on social media and your YouTube and all that stuff? Because I see you also you put a lot of motivational videos on your YouTube, and you also have some training stuff. So where can they find you on YouTube, social media, and all that?
Instagram is AJ_Cali21, and on my YouTube is Tony Jackson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Anthony. Really appreciate your time, brother.
Yes, sir, King. You have a blessed day. Thank you. Thanks for having me.